Ohayo.
Ohayo. Welcome to the So Japanese podcast, a podcast where we talk about all things Japan. We are your hosts. My name is John.
My name is Ryusuke.
Thank you for joining us.
Arigato.
Before we start, another reminder that in the month of May, Ryusuke will be going back to Japan. So to make it a little easier on us, we will only be releasing one episode per week.
Yes.
That will be the Thursday episode, just for the month of May.
Yeah.
After that, back to two episodes a week.
Yeah.
So today's episode, it's a little different one. So we've had comments where from our listeners that they enjoy hearing stories about our experiences living in Japan, and that they would like to know more about us. So thank you for having interest in us as well.
Thank you so much. Hopefully we can make you guys happy and entertain.
Yeah. Today's episode, we're just gonna have like a conversation, kind of like an interview about Ryusuke, about his upbringing in Japan, why he is now living in Canada, and just his experiences.
Hi.
So a little different episode, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
I hope so.
So, your name is
Ryusuke Yamanaka.
Yamanaka.
Hi.
I always think of your name as like Dragon Man Middle Mountain.
Thank you. Sounds super cool.
Sounds super cool.
Yeah.
If I were to like literally translate it, right? Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from Nagoya, which is middle of Japan. And I was born there. My parents from, my mom is from Hokkaido, which is north. And then my dad is from Kagoshima. Yeah. So they met in Nagoya. And then they decide to stay in Nagoya.
Where's Kagoshima?
Kagoshima is from south of Japan, so it's in the Kyushu region. Yeah.
Why were they both in Nagoya?
I think what I know, my dad, after he finished junior high, he doesn't want to stay in a house because of the situation with the family wasn't that really good.
Okay.
So he wanna be by himself.
Okay.
Then he decided to go somewhere else.
Okay.
Then he decided to go Nagoya. Yeah, and my mom was the same. After she finished her junior high, she has 10 siblings.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there's no way she can go to high school or even university because of her family wealth is not really good.
Yeah.
So instead of going to school, and then she decided to start working. And my mom, I think she went to Shiga first.
Okay.
With her siblings to work. And then she moved to Nagoya. And then that's how they met. Yeah.
Also, it's pretty cold in Hokkaido.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
How was it like, would you say, growing up in Nagoya?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like, obviously, I didn't know any other place as a child. So, like, I only know Nagoya, especially like my area. It's not Nagoya. It's very side of Nagoya. It's almost the other city.
Okay.
So it's, I would say, countryside.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of natures. Our elementary school was in the mountain, so we always play around the mountain. And yeah, we go Dagashiya, which is the snack shop for kids. You have 100 yen and you can get fucking 10 other snacks.
Yeah, that's like it's like the traditional like candy shop,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know a thing that Japanese kids love to do is like catch beetles.
Yeah,
I
I did
remember
a
living in
lot.
Japan, there would be shops that sell them, but they're like fucking huge beetles.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Kabutomushi.
They're like horned beetles, right? And there's like different,
And different one with the,
like a pincer,
yeah, that's called kuwagata.
and there's different ones with like a horn, and they're pretty big. Like how big would you say? Like the size of your palm,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they make sounds, right?
They make some
They're loud, yeah.
Yeah.
And like kids would like battle them, like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Did you do that as a kid?
Of course. Yeah.
So you caught them as well?
yeah. Like
Okay.
as a kid, we ask parents first, like we wanted to get the beetles, and then they always out like early morning. It's almost like dark morning.
That's when the beetles are out?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we woke up like what 4 a.m.
Oh, damn.
and then we gather,
Yeah.
then go to the mountain
Yeah.
and the forest.
Yeah.
Then we start catching them.
Easy to catch?
Yeah. Once we found,
Yeah.
it's easy, but to find them,
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard. And then there's also the other like how can I say, other animals there too, right? Yeah. So like bees are there,
Okay.
so it's dangerous too. at
Where
the
do
same
those
time.
beetles live? Like in the trees or?
And the trees, yeah.
Okay.
And then because the trees, they provide some sort of syrup,
Okay.
so they love to go there.
Okay.
So even sometimes we go like before a day, and then we set the like a syrup or something.
Oh.
So then next morning we go there. Mostly we can catch those.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Insect. Yep.
They're huge.
They're huge.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
huge. They're
So
huge.
how many have you had as a kid?
Well, at some point in my house, I think I have like 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you would fight them with your friends? Like,
Yeah, fight or well, for me, I like more watching them.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm very. I was always interested in how they live.
Okay.
So like, obviously, daytime they're in soil, and then nighttime they start coming out and then like making sound and
Can they fly?
yeah. And sometimes you take them out from the cage, then you play with them, and they start flying.
Around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you-
Japanese kids are not grossed out by insects and stuff.
No, we even catch frogs. And summertime, some people who lives in Japan, for sure you guys know cascade.
Casada.
Sorry. What's that called? No cascade. Semi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cicadas.
Cicadas.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
no
yeah.
cascade.
Yeah,
Cicadas.
Cicadas. Super loud, annoying.
Super
Yeah,
loud.
Yeah.
Super loud. But yeah, we catch those too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Cicadas.
we do hide and seek and then everything.
Would you raise your kids in where you grew up in Nagoya?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, kids should be surrounded by nature.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it's good to explore by themselves. Of course, like how many times I got injured because of play hard, but that's how you learn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what age were you when you first left Japan to live abroad?
When I was 21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think as a Japanese, and especially me, I never interested in English or even Western culture. I mean, like I was interested in music or even clothing, but just because I don't know how to speak English, so I never thought I'm going to abroad other country.
School back then, was there English class?
Yeah, there
Okay.
was. Yeah, and I was good at it at
Okay.
beginning.
Okay.
So I love English. But anyway, I kind of like, well, how come I can go other country? Because I don't know how to communicate with people, right?
I think that's the mindset a lot of Japanese people.
Exactly.
Right? That's why
Like-
they end up just staying in Japan.
Exactly. Like my parents, they never had passport.
Okay.
They never abroad anywhere. So
Really? Okay. They
To
never
grow-
come to visit you.
no, never, and they won't.
Okay.
It's
okay.
too old. And
Okay.
yeah, with growing up with that type of family, of course, I never even think I'm gonna get passport.
Mm-hmm.
My friends sometimes they go travel, like US or Hawaii, but again, in my mind was like, well, I will stay in Japan.
So
And-
growing up, where did you guys go on?
Vacation,
Yeah.
like they, because my parents can get only like 2 days off maximum
That's true.
in the summertime. So we always go like the beaches close to from our city, stay there overnight, and then coming back.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
So that's interesting because, like, growing up not having traveled abroad, it's quite a big jump for you to
was
want to live abroad, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I can see people who travel a lot with their families, seen other parts of the world. They got the traveling bug in them. They seen different lifestyles and want to experience it for themselves. But for you, never leaving Japan, it's very interesting that you live abroad now.
Yeah, because I was thinking I'm not leaving from Japan till I would say like 19 or even 20. So right before I abroad. But yeah.
So you graduate high school, 18?
18, yes.
When did you first start working? A part-time job even?
Part-time job? I started working like when I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you graduated. You were working for a couple years.
I worked, 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And then, after I graduated high school and I started working gas station, which is I was working as a part-time worker when I was high school. And they offered me to get a job.
Yeah.
So I worked there. But of course, 18 years old, first job, and I was working like 7 a.m. till like 9 p.m. every fucking day.
Oh, great.
Burn out so quick.
Already.
And because of gas station, it was kind of interesting because like I was working there. I saw bunch of school kid pass in front of the gas station. And somehow I was like, why I'm even here? What I'm doing here? And I kind of like, I want to fucking get out from this like society almost.
Okay. So not even like I want to get out from the small town I was living in Nagoya and move to like Osaka or Tokyo. I want to get the fuck out of the country.
Yeah, because I think this is my style. It's kind of intense, but it's kind of
Extreme.
yes. It's yes and no. So
Okay.
I know if I go to Tokyo or Osaka, any other big city in Japan, I can speak the language. So I know I can survive.
Okay.
But once I change my mind, I wanna abroad other country. It was like I wanna try somewhere I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Difficult. Yeah. I want to challenge yourself.
I mean, difficult.
Yeah, I think we both have that similar mindset. Like we're both like travelers and live abroad. So I think also that's why we got along so well.
Exactly.
It's like it's in your personality, right? Okay, so you left Japan 21.
21. Yep.
You moved to England first.
No, I moved Canada first.
Oh, Canada first. That's right. Okay.
Yep.
Where in Canada?
Toronto.
Okay, Toronto.
Yeah.
For how long?
I was here for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you choose Toronto?
So why I decided to abroad because of I was singing a little bit
Okay.
at nightclub that time, and I was singing R&B,
Okay.
and R&B is originally from America. Like in my mind was New York.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I'm start singing, and then we sold the ticket. It's not just my stage, but all like 10 different dancers and then singers doing it. So I kind of feel like this is so wrong because I don't even know how to speak English, and I'm fucking telling people I'm the R&B singer.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I need to know the language.
Yes.
So
there's no Japanese language R&B?
There is, but I want to know the root.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I started interested in to abroad other country, which is US. But then I have no idea, right? My mind was I need to work. So I need to get the work visa or something. And I was talking with my friend. He was in LA that time. But he was in LA. He was already back in Japan.
Okay.
So he suggests me like, oh, there's a visa you can get and work, but no for US. And I was like, so where can I go? Like English speak country. And then they say, maybe Canada, because right next America.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, then Canada.
Okay.
After that, he recommended me to go the travel agency, because they can help anyone, like all the beginners who never travel abroad.
Like with a working holiday visa or something? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I went there, I talked with them, and first thing they suggest me to go Australia.
Okay.
Then I say no, because of the Australian English has accent, right?
Okay.
That I only know. Then also it's kind of close to Japan.
And you wanted to do it because you wanted to find the roots of R&B. So
exactly. So and of course they suggest me to go there because of like there's so many Japanese people living there. There's a big Japanese community, so you won't get lost.
Okay.
You're gonna be safe.
Yeah.
So I told them then no, I want more. How to say? It's like I don't need any help.
You want to challenge yourself.
I want to challenge more.
You don't want to have any crutches to lean on just in case.
Exactly.
You want to do it yourself, right? Yeah.
Then they said, what about Canada?
Okay.
And of course, they suggest me Vancouver.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, why Vancouver?
Yeah.
And they said, well, it's close. It's only 8-9 hours from Japan.
Yeah.
And then there's a two big city in Canada, and west is Vancouver, east is Toronto. But Toronto, that time it was 2005.
Okay.
They say like in Toronto, there's no Japanese community.
Yeah.
And so like I would recommend you to go Vancouver. Same thing, because like you don't speak any English. And I was like, yeah, I don't speak any English, so I choose Toronto.
Nice.
And they're like, do you understand what we're saying?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, I 100% understand.
Yeah.
Then I thank you for supporting me.
Yeah.
But I remember I told them like, I'm not gonna complain or I'm gonna tell my parents if ever I got some trouble. We're not gonna sue you.
Oh, they were also afraid
because they're kind of course, right?
Yeah,
they're
gonna blame us
exactly
for guiding you there.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they're like, all right, if you really want to go to Toronto, go ahead.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah,
I totally respect that. Like, you didn't want the easy way out, right?
No, because if I do this, I want to make sure like I have to build all my life, all my new relationship with the local people. Then I need to learn the language I don't even know by myself.
Okay.
Because if there's a Japanese, I know I'm gonna start speaking Japanese. I only speak Japanese in Canada. So what's the fucking point, right?
Yeah, that's I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I feel like a lot of people who travel abroad, they just find their own community. And then it's kind of just too easy.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying at all that if you go to a new country, you need to assimilate and you got to speak the language of that country.
Yeah.
But you're not getting the full experience, right? That's the main part. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, it's hard.
Of course.
Again, if you don't try, and then when you get older, things are getting harder. right? So I wanna do quick.
Yeah, it's so hard to
since
learn.
I'm still young.
It's so hard to learn a new language when you're older now, right?
Exactly.
But when you're young, your brain's more of a sponge, right?
Yeah.
And you're more adaptable too. You're not set in your old man ways like we are now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what were you doing in Toronto for those first 2 years?
So first 2 years, I get here and I went to ESL.
Okay, like a school.
Yeah, for 1 month, just because I need the time to find my own apartment, and then I need to find out how to get the cell phone and all the other small things, right?
Yes.
So for me to get the school with the homestay is the time I can find my actual life in Canada.
Oh, so you came through a homestay?
Yeah.
Not a working holiday visa?
No, working holiday, but you can also go school. So, but working holiday visa, you're not allowed to study full time, only part time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, whose home?
It was a old Russian lady's home in Mississauga.
Okay, wow. So it wasn't even in Toronto.
Yeah, and my school was in Toronto.
Oh, great.
So of course I have no idea, right? I didn't even know the Niagara Falls is close to Toronto.
Okay.
I have zero idea about Toronto.
Okay.
I only know they speak English and it's cold.
Yeah.
And then I land in Canada in January.
Oh, nice. Perfect timing.
Right? That's perfect. Super cool.
Yeah.
And I studied there for 1 month. Then I found a job, but that job started 1 month after.
Okay.
So like I have to spend 2 months in school instead of 1 month. So
what job?
Cooking job.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that was actually my first cooking job.
Okay.
In Canada.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it was Japanese izakaya theme restaurant. And then obviously that time 2005 izakaya wasn't even popular in Toronto.
Yeah.
No one knows what is fucking izakaya.
Yeah.
So but luckily the restaurant was Canadian owner.
Okay.
And then most of the staffs are Canadians.
Okay.
So I could learn, the base of English in there. And because of they gave me the working permit.
Oh, they sponsored you.
Exactly. Because working holiday is only 1 year.
Yes.
So I after 11 months, I was gonna go somewhere. I wasn't thinking about going back to Japan straight. I was thinking to go somewhere, travel, go back to Japan. So I didn't buy any ticket.
Okay.
And then the manager from the restaurant, he asked me like, "Did you buy a ticket?" And I said no. Like we would love to provide working holiday visa.
Were you the only Japanese person working there?
Me and then my chef.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up staying here 2 years.
Okay.
But English, for English, obviously like from zero to a little bit in 1 year, I kind of finally I understood how English speakers speak.
Okay.
So I was kind of comfortable listening English, but still my mouth, my brain doesn't work how to speak, right?
Okay.
So the first year I kind of used to get how you guys speak. And second year, finally I can say something a little bit. Yeah. So
so did you find that like your personality was more reserved just because you couldn't speak the language, so you were more like quiet?
Well, yes, yeah,
right?
Of course, because
it wasn't your true personality, right?
No, because like I want to speak, but I still remember first year, even whole 2 years, of course, my coworkers, they invite me to go party with them, right? And I go there, and they start drinking and like having party. I want to make a conversation with other people's, but because of my English, I can tell once I speak a little bit, they kind of, oh, you don't understand. So they don't look at my eyes anymore. So that time I'm like, oh, okay. So now I need to know how to say like the first word. Like, for example, how's going? I'm good. Or like, what's up? Not much.
Okay.
Those English, I start learning first because I think that's the most important part of how you make conversation with other people with other language.
I agree.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I need to make you guys comfortable to talk back to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was hard, but I was kind of like, no, I need to do this. I need to do this.
Okay.
And then I start thinking, I'm like a baby.
Okay.
So why I'm ashamed?
Yeah,
Because obviously
yeah.
I don't speak English. So that's normal. But what is not normal is because I'm already adult. So I can feel shame.
Yeah.
But I can't stop that with like shame feeling. So the funny thing, I was start talking with on the street all the homeless people.
Oh, wow.
Because they're the best teacher for me that time.
Okay.
They don't hesitate, right?
Yeah.
Of course, like I just don't go randomly
Okay.
to any homeless people. But this guy was, when I was renting one room, and he was always sitting in front of our house, and then he has the drums, African drums.
Okay.
So I start talking to him like, what are you playing? But my super broken English.
Okay.
But he was always like talking to me.
Okay.
So like I'm like, okay, this is how I need to do it now, because otherwise no one wants to talk to me in English.
Wow, that's super cool. How?
Yeah. So I was really surviving mode.
Okay.
If I don't do this, how I gonna survive?
Okay.
Because there's no way I wanna go to Japanese community and then relax, chill with
easy way
all
out.
Japanese people. If I do that, I'd rather just go back to Japan.
Right.
But there's no choice for going back to Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get this interview moving. But if you want to add anything, please cut me off. Right. So 2 years in Toronto, and then you went back to Japan first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, after 2 years, of course, they can extend my work visa, but then my mind is for cooking.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to learn cooking more seriously. Then I noticed that I don't think I can learn enough skills in Canada. And obviously I'm from Japan, and I want to
focus on
cooking in
washoku.
Japan.
Yes,
Washoku.
yes, yeah.
No, actually, first one was French for me.
Where, in Japan or here?
In my head.
Oh,
I want to
but
learn
every cook
French.
feels that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Especially that time, you know. I
At
think
that
now
time,
more
French
Japanese
cooking
wasn't really big, right?
But also it's like at the top of the techniques, right? And I think Japan took
Now
it.
Japan is
Yeah.
But that time, So I was gonna work for French restaurant, but I got an interview Japanese washoku restaurant before. Then they hire me right away. I was gonna take like a month's break after I came back from Canada, but I couldn't.
So you went back to Nagoya?
Nagoya.
Okay. You're living at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after 1 week, I was like, no, I need to work. It's so bored.
Yeah.
And then I applied, and then they hire me. And but during staying in Japan for 3 years, I purposely don't watch Japanese TV because of I don't want to ruin my ears from English.
Yeah.
And I changed my phone. That time wasn't even iPhone. Was it's called Garake, like a flip phone.
Yeah.
I changed everything in English.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And in that 3 years, I know I'm gonna go some other country. But in 3 years, I wanna learn how to cooking. And I don't wanna lose my English. So it's really good time for me to learn how to cook the good skill at the same time trying to keep my English. Especially like people don't speak English in Japan, right?
Exactly, right?
Yeah. So
oh, wow, that's really inspiring that you like went to that extent just to try to keep your English that you had.
Yeah. But I think
that's super
in a way I'm kind of cheap, and I was thinking I spent fucking 2 years in Canada, and then if I just get relaxed and then spend time in Japan for 3 years,
you'll lose it all.
I lose everything, and then what's the point? I was in Canada for 2 years, right?
Okay, yeah, totally can see that. Yeah.
So
did you give yourself like a 3-year time limit to go back? Okay.
Yeah, 3 years. So yeah, and then also there's a hostess clubs in Japan, like bunch of hostess clubs, but there's a international hostess clubs. There's a foreigner people working there.
Mostly what, like Russian?
No, Russians, Brazilians, and then Filipino. And then because I was working in a restaurant industry in Japan, obviously we work from morning till like midnight, over midnight.
Yeah.
But then after that, all my coworkers like, let's go for drink, right? So I always telling them like, I want to keep my English. Can we go somewhere like that? And then they say, okay, then let's go to the international pub.
Oh, cool.
Then I always ask, of course, regular guys.
Yeah.
It's for guys, right?
Yeah.
They want to chat with like beautiful ladies.
Okay, yeah.
And for me, it was like, I want English.
It doesn't matter who it is. I just want to speak English.
Yeah. So I always telling the boy, the guy who works at bar.
Yeah.
I was telling them like, I want somebody who only speak English. I don't need a Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then they always like set up with this type of lady like who speak only English. Yeah.
So some people pay for English lessons.
Exactly.
You paid for English lessons too, but
with
like
drinking and like
a more, I wouldn't say, I guess it's not real life, but not formal English learning setting.
No. Yeah, no.
That would really explain why your English is like how your English is.
I think, yeah.
Your English is very, like speaking to Japanese people, native Japanese speakers who learned English, they pronounce words in that Japanese accent. It's very predictable.
It's like
right?
from Japanese English textbook.
Yeah, exactly, right? The pronunciation is like Japanglish. The choice of vocabulary is very typical. But for you, that's why I really feel like for our listeners, it's interesting to listen to you speak, because it's I don't know if people would be able to pinpoint that you're from Japan from hearing your English.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of Asian speakers, you know, they mess up the R and the L sound, but you don't pronounce words like a native Japanese speaker. I don't know. It's hard to describe. If any of our listeners would have any input on Ryusuke's English, or
please, I want to know.
Criticize him or give him criticisms,
please,
or
anything.
But like for me, you remind me of a friend I made in Japan. He lived in Australia for a while, and like you, he never formally studied English. So when I met you, your English reminded me of him. Dai-chan, so like it was very easy to speak with you.
Right.
I feel like Japanese people who learn English formally, their English is not like normal everyday English. Right?
And then somehow they always trying to how to say, it's like they're pretending they're always happy. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, yes,
yes. And it says a lot of times they say like yes. But like people in here, they don't say yes.
Yeah, it's not
they say
real.
like yeah, But I think because Japanese people are very polite, they can't say.
They're still stuck in like the Japanese mindset.
Exactly.
But they're just speaking a different language.
Exactly.
But you totally forced yourself to live in an English-speaking environment, and now that's why your English is how it is.
Yeah, and I think that's most important.
Yeah. It makes the person you're speaking to feel more comfortable. I don't have to try to be polite or
like trying
to be too formal as well, right? So
and then like I guess you don't need to trying to pick the word I gotta understand or
exactly. So
I guess many times
to our past coworkers that are from Japan, I know which vocabulary Japanese people understand. So I'll use those, but it's not natural.
Exactly.
But speaking with you,
whatever, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's natural. So, so your strategy really worked then. I think so.
I hope so.
I think so.
I mean, like, thank you. And yeah, that's what I want to do. Basically, I want to live by myself without any help. I mean, I get a lot of helps from everybody, of course, including you. But at the same time, I wanna suck that up and then use it. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 years, you gave yourself a time limit to learn Japanese cooking in Japan, and then you moved to England.
Yes.
How did you decide England?
That time, same thing as first time. My go-to was actually Ireland. Yeah.
Oh man, that accent is super thick. Okay.
Ireland.
Yeah.
It's just because I don't know.
Okay.
I know London because I heard before.
Yeah. Okay.
Ireland, I have no idea what they have.
Okay.
So it's like same strategy as
like Toronto. Like
like I don't know
there's
anything.
No Japanese people in Ireland.
Exactly. But then, so this time I went back to the same travel agency.
But obviously you're back.
But there wasn't that same guy was there anymore.
Okay.
So I was talking with some young receptionist first, and then same thing. She recommended me Australia, and I told her, I'm not gonna go Australia. No for me. And then she said, well, she keep pushing me. No, that's the best. You already went to Canada. This is the best. Then I keep saying, no, I want to go Ireland or somewhere like small country who speaks English. And then there's a more senior guy right next to her. And then he cut our talk. And then he said, oh, excuse me. Can I take over like your plan? I think I can do better than her. So like he didn't mean to like
savage.
She's bad, but he said I have more experience and sorry, but I was listening while you guys talk, and I think I can support you.
Okay.
And switch the person, and then right away he said like, what about England?
Okay.
And I was like, England? Why England? And I said, because I used to live. I think it's gonna be good for you. Like all your story in Canada and then here, and then why you wanna go to Ireland? Maybe UK is still good. And anyway, UK, they only offer 1,000 people per year for the special working visa.
Holiday visa, okay.
Yeah. So basically he was like, just try to apply.
Yeah.
So many people apply, normally they don't get it.
Okay.
So it's free to apply.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't want to waste your time. He's like, no. For sure you're going to love it, London. And I want you to go.
That's cool.
And then he applied. I got it. And then he told me, there's 5 people, including you, wants to go UK. You're the only one got it.
Wow. Okay. So lucky.
so lucky, and then at the same time I feel like sorry because I wasn't interested in go to UK, right?
That's how it works, right? That's
Exactly. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm going to UK. I have no idea UK. I know there's a double decker. There's a queen. That's all about it. But yeah, then I went there, and same thing, London. Same thing. I went to ESL because that's my style. 1 month homestay.
Homestay as well.
Same thing again. Yeah.
How was the homestay family there?
Oh, they're super wealthy.
Oh yeah, where was it?
It's called the station called Golders Green Station.
Okay.
Which is a little bit north of London.
Okay.
But the area was like Jewish and Japanese area.
Interesting.
And like I stayed there 1 month, but like I forgot when, but suddenly this all TV crew came into their house. They huge house.
Okay, wow.
I was living in like south floor, like one room, and then I found out there's a what's his name? Lionel Richie.
Oh wow.
Was taking commercial in their house.
That's how nice and big it was.
Exactly.
They used that as a set.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, this is London.
Yeah.
I never seen any those people in Toronto.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And yeah, I was so happy to be London right away. And I love all those architecture cities. Only
because Toronto is boring. It's a new city, right?
Yeah.
There's no history. In Europe, it's history.
A lot of histories. And yeah, so rich. Like the cars are driving by. It's like insanely rich cars.
Okay.
Mercedes, of course, Lambo, Ferrari, Bugatti.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was kind of shocked that because I only know Toronto, right?
Yeah. I should have went to London in the first place.
No, I was like, oh, this is different. It's nice.
That's good.
I still like
exactly.
Toronto.
Yeah.
And I was kind of focusing on how to study English a little bit. Also, before I go to London, my friends just start new company, and he wanted to work with me, and I was the how to say, core president.
Okay.
And then he
this
told
is in London?
Yeah, I was in London, but my friends in Japan.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like these days, it's normal. It's all
can you work remotely?
Exactly, but that time still new. And then but it fell in couple months, and he said like there's some issue. I can't even pay because he told me don't work. Don't work in London. E-commerce basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got stuff from Alibaba and then trying to sell. Yeah, but then it didn't work. Luckily, because my friends told me don't work. I want you to focus on this company. You can still be in London.
Okay. Yeah.
When after 3 months it's done, luckily I have knife. I brought my knife in UK, so I need to survive. I have to start making money. I applied this small sushi restaurant. It didn't work, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know. I might need to go back home.
Yeah.
And then my friends just suggest me like, why don't you apply Nobu?
Okay.
One of the big Japanese restaurant in the world. And then I wasn't sure. I applied. They accept me. Then I was working there for like 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then so your working holiday visa in London, for the UK is 1 year.
That's 2 years.
2 years.
The UK has a little bit of different system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why you worked
I could
there for
stay
a year
there.
and a
Yeah.
half. Okay.
Yeah.
But then after that, unless you get sponsored, you can't stay? Or
No, yeah, you can't.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to stay?
Yeah, like I was gonna stay, but that time I had a girlfriend, fiance in Toronto.
Okay. So you met her when you first came to Toronto.
Yeah, we met in here. She was Venezuelan. So, but she was in here studying.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up.
And then you left her to go back to Japan for 3 years?
To Japan, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was in UK.
Okay.
And we broke up once, but then we started talking when I was in UK.
Did you guys see each other like in between from like when you went back to Japan for 3 years?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was, it's like a young.
Yeah. Back then you had to buy like long distance phone cards.
Yeah. I have to. Yeah.
So did you guys speak often? Like was at
no,
that time
email.
Was already fiance?
No, that was right before I coming back in Toronto.
Then you guys decided that you guys wanted to get married.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like before 2 years visa end in UK, I decided to come back to Toronto
for her.
But at the same time, I love Toronto.
Okay.
Like because of I stay in UK, I noticed how good fit Toronto with me.
Okay.
Like lifestyle, I like more in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's UK was too expensive weather-wise. Like I want like summer. I want like yes or no. But UK weather is kind of like wet and
all the time.
Rain, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Did you go back to Japan?
No.
You went straight UK.
I came
Toronto.
back here straight.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we married, but then didn't really work.
Okay.
So soon we divorced.
So then, from that time, you've been living in Toronto till
exactly.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
How many years have you been in Toronto now since after the UK?
I came back 2010.
Okay.
So
13 years.
13 years.
12 years, 13
And
years,
total plus 2, so
yeah.
15. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you experience any, well, obviously it sounds like you experienced culture shock from going to first coming to Toronto. How about in London? Or did you not really have that much culture shock because you moved to Toronto first?
Well, no, I have. First of all, obviously, like English was my first supplies, how thick they speak.
Okay.
But at the same time, for Japanese people, English is kind of easier than North American English.
Really?
Because like art sound and like that sound wise, for example, today, or they say to die.
Okay.
Those sound makes a little bit easier for Japanese people.
Interesting.
That's how I found out.
Okay.
And then, like I started going ESL only 1 month. I was like lowest class because like my writing and all the things are shit.
Yeah, because you learned English on the street,
Exactly.
right? So you're not going to read and write. You're just going to have
So
conversation. Yeah.
In the class, everybody's asking me like, why are you in this class? Why are you no advanced? Sorry.
Advanced, okay.
Advanced,
because your speaking was better.
Perfect.
But your writing was shit.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I help a lot of Japanese friends. They need to open bank and stuff because maybe they know more English, but they don't know how to deal with the actual English speaker. Open up bank account.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I went there by myself. I opened no problem. But yeah.
Well, you chose Toronto and London. Even at that time, was super multicultural. Like most multicultural cities of the world. Did you feel any racism or anything
in London?
Like, even in Toronto when you first came?
Oh yeah. Like first time I came in Toronto, yes, like again, like it was 2005, and it's so different than now, right?
So different now, but still very multicultural back then.
Yeah, it was. But like, first of all, there's not so many Japanese people, so I think when people sees Asians, they thought everybody's Chinese.
Yeah, always. What
Which
type of
is-
Chinese are you?
Exactly, which
Yeah.
is already racist.
Yeah.
Then one day I was at the subway station, and then I almost like hit with someone,
Okay.
but
like
I
bump shoulders? Or-
yeah bump shoulders, but I didn't. But anyway, he acting like, oh, shei.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm like, arigato,
Yeah.
arigato.
So it's just ignorance too, right? Like, do you think he was trying to take the piss? Do you think he was
No,
trying
no,
to be racist?
I think
They're
he's
just
kind
ignorant.
of
They just think everyone's
Exactly,
Chinese.
exactly.
Yes.
But to
or
me, it
they
was
don't
like-
think there's a difference between any Asians.
I
right?
think it's more that way. I think,
Okay.
yeah.
How about in London?
London, I think London I didn't actually feel.
Okay.
I think they're more, again, like the bigger city, and in a way, London is fucking very multicultural, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like and then they're so busy.
Yeah. No time
To bother
give-
other people.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, they're all nice. Yeah. I enjoy in England because like they love drinking.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay. And
like,
Japanese people love
restaurant-
drinking too.
Yeah, we work lunch and dinner. We have 2 or 3 hours break time.
Yes.
Everybody goes to the bar, pub, British pub,
Yeah.
drinking like 3-4 pints.
Yeah. And then go back for dinner
Go back.
service. Oh fuck.
But chefs doing with us. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, this is great.
Okay.
Think
okay.
about in Japan, like this is impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just drink after, not during.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one gonna fucking drink like, oh, I have a lunch break. I'm gonna go drink a couple
Yeah.
beers.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill you.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, that's one of the main differences. That was the difference between living in Japan and living in the UK.
Yep.
What other things can you think of that you found different from living in Japan and in the West?
I mean, it's everything.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Like, for me, was first I arrived in airport. Obviously, the people, right? Because like Japan, you mostly see Japanese people,
Yes.
but at the airport already, you see all the different type of people. Obviously, like announcement is in English. All the product is in English and French. And also it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like it was like culture shock.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
for sure.
wow, I don't know anything, and I didn't know anything about like most of the world. Yeah, yeah.
Total eye-opening experience.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's a good mindset to have, like how you said, like you're like a baby,
Yeah,
right? Try
Yeah.
to absorb everything.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
What do you, besides friends and family, obviously, and has it changed from when you first moved to London or first moved to Toronto and now? What do you miss most about Japan?
I miss most still food.
Okay, obviously.
Also, transportation system,
Okay,
and
but London's transportation system is
it's good. Yeah, it's good enough.
okay.
But it's
Still.
crazy busy too,
Yeah.
right? And well, how people work is very depending on your team. So, but I mean, like in Japan, everybody work in the same way, so you don't
Yes.
even need to tell them, right,
Yes.
what to do. But in Canada, yeah, I was like more, oh, some people don't take serious about job.
Yes. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was kind of how they think work
Okay.
is
Yeah.
job is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because if you work, that means you have to commit 100%.
That's a Japanese mindset. Yes,
Exactly.
Yes. Did
Now-
it frustrate you?
At beginning, yeah, of
Right.
course.
Did it feel like I'm doing most of the work here?
But that's the thing. Like I was willing to do everything anyway, because I know that's the only way I can survive, right? I knew I need to show people I can do everything.
Yeah.
I
your
don't
worth.
speak
Yeah,
because I'm already one behind. I don't speak their own language.
that's
So
right.
what I can show is like I can work hard. So please let me stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that way, it's kind of nice, you know. There's a bunch of lazy people.
Makes you
then
look better.
no, then like they're still my friends. So like,
Yeah.
if you don't know how to do, or if you don't want to do this, let
I'll
me
do
do it.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
do it. I can do it.
Okay.
So I can take job, right?
Yeah. So that's a big difference, right? Working style.
Exactly.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's also why the first job in Toronto, actually the chef, I guess he wasn't really like me. He wants to rid of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but because I could tell he doesn't like me. But then other staff told me like he was concerned to fire you. But then all the other like sous chefs, they said like, "Well, are you gonna fire Ryusuke? How are we gonna learn the kitchen?"
Because you do everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was like, it works.
Yeah.
It's like, at
Why
least
didn't he like you? He's the Japanese guy, right?
no, he was Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my chef, I mean like the Japanese chef,
Yeah.
and then other sous chef, he was Canadian. It was because they're working with me, so they know how much I do,
Yeah.
right? But the owner chef, he was more just walking around, and he
Classic.
just sees me as like young Asian kid, doesn't know what to do, I guess.
But
Yeah.
he's not there day to day,
So he doesn't see it,
your
right?
worth. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
it was good. Like I can test all my strategy if that works or no.
Well, now that you fully adapted living in the West, do you prefer the Japanese working style or more the Western working style?
I think we should mix
Have a
in
balance.
between.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like how the Japanese people work and how the Japanese people think.
Work needs to be.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
because like
There's no work-life balance.
yeah, you have only one time in your life,
Yeah.
and if you think job is the most important thing, then what about you? You have to think yourself.
Yes.
You know, at the end, then everybody burn out, and then that's why one of the big problem in Japan society because of work too much, right?
Do you think you'll ever go back to Japan to live?
If I can do my own business, yes,
Back in Japan?
yes.
Okay.
But I don't want to work for someone anymore.
Do you have any idea that like, oh, maybe I'll retire back there?
Yes and no.
Okay.
But I don't mind to stay in Canada, or even I'm still thinking like, if I have a chance, I wanna start traveling, and then like want to see more other country.
Exactly.
If I can
exactly.
fit with other country, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that's also why you and me now doing podcasts,
Yeah.
because like this might have chance to give me more opportunity to go somewhere else.
Yeah. What we're trying to do, we won't. We don't need to be in the same place
Exactly.
at all, right? And that's where like you said, like that's where the world is going to.
Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, so
Yeah, being stuck in the same location is not necessary.
it's not necessary.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anything else to add before my last question?
Oh, I think that's it.
If our listeners have anything else you want to ask to Ryusuke, please let us know, and we'll do a few more of these episodes. I mean,
Yep.
it's hard to talk about someone's life or them to talk about themselves
In half an hour.
in half
or
an hour or an hour
Yeah.
even, right?
Yeah.
So, but what advice? Because you and I are both the same. We're travelers. We have lived abroad, and we think other people should do the same. You don't have to necessarily be stuck in the place you were born in, right?
No.
So, what advice would you give to people that are thinking, should I, take the chance, live abroad?
If you ever concerned about like you wanna go somewhere else, and then I'll definitely say do it now.
Yeah.
Do not wait. But of course, it depends on your financial situation, maybe with your relationship situation. Just make sure like the comfortable situation is important. Like if you get stressed, you're not gonna make anything better. So like you have to know yourself, but then if you think little bit, then go. Yeah. And for Japanese people, don't worry about language.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yes.
You have to do it, right? And for foreigner people, if they want to come to Japan, I think you can do it, and then you should do it. But just make sure Japanese culture is different. Sometimes the Japanese culture might gonna disappoint you, but same thing. You're a baby.
Yes.
Like I was baby in Canada.
Yeah.
You're a baby in Japan.
You have to like humble yourself.
Humble and like trying to find a way how can you be comfortable with. And if you don't try, you never know.
Exactly, right?
Most important thing, don't fucking give it up.
I think that's like in our samurai episode when you were talking about like Japanese mindset, they think about death. Like death is in their head, and I was like, wow, that's very different, or I don't think like that. But actually asking you this last question, I think I do, because my thing is like, I don't want to be in my deathbed or like, you know, I'm old and I can no longer travel, thinking, I should have.
Exactly.
I should have.
Exactly.
Right? Even if you go and you don't like it, at least you went.
Exactly.
You saw, right?
Yeah.
Or like you had the chance, but you never took it. I think it would bother me that if I wanted to and I never did, it would bother me a lot.
Yeah.
Like it would just be in my mind all the time.
Absolutely. And then that's not healthy.
No.
And
no.
You can't go back to the time.
Exactly.
So you need to think about if you want to do it, if fail, you still learn. You have to thank yourself. You did it, right? And
or just try at least.
Just try. And then what's fail, what's success? It depends on you and depends on the situation.
Depends on how you frame it.
Yeah. Maybe for some people, my life is completely failure. But for me, I'm still success, and then I love it, my life. It's getting better and better.
Right?
Yeah.
Who would have thought this episode would have been so philosophical?
Right? Maybe we can start doing something else.
Yeah, right.
Meditation.
Motivate
podcast.
Yeah. All right. So again, any more questions that I didn't ask Ryusuke, let us know. You don't mind if they're like specific questions either, right? If you want to even know about his relationships in the past. I didn't touch on any of that. I just touched on his journey of his life, right? But any specifics, even like specific experiences about dating, times where it was really, really hard, or really, really fun.
What was more hard for me, or like what was completely upset because of this situation, or anything, or like
any type of specific questions. I'm sure he won't be shy to answer.
No, I would love to share with you guys.
Okay, so we're gonna squeeze in a street level Japanese segment right now. A very useful one. I heard it on the street often living in Japan. I actually thought it was short for urasai, which is like shut up, right? But so the word today is uzai. Uzai means irritating, annoying, but it can be seen as very harsh or rude. So please only use it with friends, close friends. Okay.
This is kind of dangerous word.
Okay.
If you use to some boss or whoever,
So uzai. So formal, how do you say it?
Utoshi.
And informal, uzai. Street level,
Uza.
Again, common theme. Shorten it. Sounds more Street sounds more slangy. So let's go through a couple of examples. You need to concentrate on something, but your friend keeps talking to you, keeps bothering you, speaking into your ear. You would say,
あいつうざ。
Your necklace is all knotted up, it's all tangled up, and you're trying to untangle it, and it's like fucking impossible.
これうざ。
Ah,
これうざ。
all right, so very useful word, but can be seen as very rude.
Yep.
Uza.
Just be careful.
Next episode will be Ryusuke kind of interviewing
John. How John was,
same type of questions.
Yeah.
You know?
How John ended up to go in Japan. How was life in Japan. And how he grew up in Canada. Everything. Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you for listening to today's podcast.
Thank you.
Again, rate, review, subscribe. Subscribe and like our YouTube videos.
Yes, please.
And arigato.
ありがとう。またね。
Bye.
バイバイ。